Hello and welcome everyone to Expedition Online Kilimanjaro. I'm Jonathan Knights. With me in the commentator booth tonight we have from Season 2 of Expedition Online, Jack O'Donnell. How you doing tonight, Jack?
I'm doing great. I'm super happy to be here. I mean, heading into this vote, we've had some really interesting strategies, some great challenges, some great character moments, and just overall great gameplay and players. So
yeah, absolutely. These players really came to play, especially in the last couple rounds, but specifically, let's get right to the last crossroads because we saw as Carl kind of throws out what I like to call a big brain move. I mean, took a little help from Lainey and her compass, but a 3-2-1, you don't get that very often, as Jordan would unfortunately be deserted there.
yeah, plurality votes really rare. And then to have those two correct compass plays is even more impressive. Jordan going home on a 1-0 vote, that is heartbreaking, but it's incredible strategy out of Carl and Lainey. Initially to set themselves up to snipe Robin with the 3 votes, but then to have a contingency plan in case he had a compass and to know where Robin and Jordan's votes were going is just really well played.
Yeah, absolutely. Props also to Robin, of course, for finding and playing the compass correctly, which we don't always see. We saw Arliana go home with one earlier. Danielle play one incorrectly earlier. So to have 2 correct plays in the same crossroads, yeah, 1 vote sends Jordan home. It was interesting to see because we've seen Kibo dominating the game to this point, but all of a sudden we're sitting here at the final 5, and lo and behold, we have 3 former Shira members with Trent, Carl, and Lainey, and then you've got Robin and Sneha all of a sudden finding themselves in a minority. Things are far from done. Big exemption challenge on the line as we are going into a big endurance competition. This one should be interesting, so let's send things over.
Well, that was a vote. When I was talking to Carl about if we wanted to split the votes, and I have a compass if Robin had one, because we were like, we need to get rid of Robin. So I mentioned we should maybe do like a 3-1 split because we probably know that the other 3 are going to vote all together. So we talked about that. I'm like, if I need to play it, I'll know. If I don't need to, I'm not going to play it. And Carl was the only one I told about the compass, so I just kind of kept that. So the second that Robin played his compass, I immediately played mine for Sneha, and it was basically a vote out of just one person with 1 vote, and that was crazy to me.
Greetings, explorers! Your next challenge is called The Floor is Lava. We are nearing the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, close to our final ascent, and we're about to see those 3 volcanoes that make up Kilimanjaro. So, what comes with a volcano? Lava. You will start out with 1 can held between your feet. You need to move out to the edge of the chair so your back is not touching the back of the chair. To start out with, you can hold on to the chair if you like, but remember, the floor is lava. You cannot be touching the floor with your feet or the can. After 5 minutes, you will have a 15-second transition period to stack a second can. You'll stack a second can on top of your first can, and once again, lift them up off of the floor. If your can falls, or if your feet or the can touch the floor, you will be eliminated from the challenge. At the 10-minute mark, you'll grab those other 2 cans, hold them out at your sides while you lift up those 2 cans with your feet. Keep your back off the back of your chair, and we're just here until somebody drops. It's endurance, baby. The last explorer standing wins exemption. Good luck.
All right, we're here with our final 5, getting ready to do the Floor is Lava challenge. Our explorers are in position. They are getting that first can ready, which they will raise with their feet. The last explorer standing will be exempt,
It's a really good one,
guaranteed into the
especially
final
for
four.
Robin being left
Guys
outside
ready
the
to
numbers
play?
in that last vote.
Ready.
Yeah.
All right, let's grab that first can,
It's be a huge one to win.
and we will begin. Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This challenge has begun.
Yeah, once you get down to this point, I mean, everyone's going to be feeling nervous if they're not safe at this crossroads here. So,
Definitely.
looking like we got a few people struggling right off the hop here.
Mm-hmm.
It might take a minute just to find that spot that I don't want to say comfortable, because I don't really think anyone's going to be comfortable, but that makes you more comfortable. Trent.
Yeah, I am a little worried about Carl there. His legs are a lot straighter than the other players, which I think might be a little more taxing, because you think the further away from your body, the harder it's going to strain that core.
Yeah. Yeah, you're more stretched out, absolutely. Trent looks to be comfortable. Robin looks to be really comfortable. Lainey looks to be pretty comfortable. Sneha looks a little uncomfortable. Well, actually, now she's starting to...
Yeah, that initial look up, I thought that was a look of agony, but perhaps there's something interesting on the ceiling.
Yeah, or maybe it just makes her more comfortable straightening out her back. Probably.
Yeah, it is a nice counterbalance. You'd think leaning back would, as long as you don't touch that back to the back of your chair, perhaps leaning back may ease the tension of having that can in front of you.
Yeah, you always see in these challenges, in these long endurance challenges, people trying to
And Carl is
change
dropped
the
out.
weight. Oh, Carl already down.
Wow.
Carl out of this
Whatever.
one. Although Carl, after the big move, former Shira, I mean, it's got to be feeling as comfortable as you can feel, as comfortable as they can feel since the rendezvous, really. They haven't had, as far as original party numbers go, the numbers until just right now. So
Yeah, that last vote was huge for them, and it finally maybe eased the stress of being on the bottom. But if I'm Carl, after a big move like last night, I'm really looking for one of those other 3 that voted with me at the last vote to win this challenge.
We are
because
halfway.
worst case scenario, Robin winning this challenge in my mind.
5-minute mark where we will be adding
definitely.
a second can.
Robin wins, and it's going to be interesting because Sneha Low voted with them last vote. That was more preservation than alliance. So Robin and Sneha, at least on paper right now, look like they...
Lainey has dropped
Lainey.
out.
She was looking real solid.
Yeah, she was looking
We're down
solid
to
there.
3 explorers.
Sneha looking a little bit more uncomfortable now, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, she's trying to find a good position, and I don't think there is one.
Trent has not moved in into
Sneha
the
has
statue.
dropped her can. She is out. We are down to Trent and Robin.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was going to be the battle. I thought it might
One
take
of
a
these
little
2
longer
explorers
to get there,
will
but I think this
have
competition is a little
exemption
tougher than
tonight.
it looks. I mean, they're right on the edge of the seat. They can only really hold themselves up. Like, Trent's holding the bottom of the chair there. Robin looks...
No arms holding him on anymore. He just
Robin looks
took him out.
unbothered. Yeah. Almost annoyed.
Crossed him as if to say this is too easy.
Yeah. He's just waiting out Trent, it looks like. Or maybe he's just waiting for Trent to look over.
Trent, how you feeling, man?
Trying to put... Oh,
A little bit of talking between the 2 players.
that's interesting.
Doesn't want to talk.
He made...
One
Trent's
more
having none of
minute,
it,
and we
though.
will add that second can.
Yeah, Trent can definitely hear him.
Yeah, Robin returns his hands to the side of his seat, so maybe it was a little too cocky too early.
Yeah.
In 15 seconds, we will add a second can.
Robin
Okay, we
confused
are
as
at
to
the
why Docs
5-minute
was
mark.
laughing.
You guys may
Yeah.
add a second can.
So,
I'll count you down. 5, 4, 3,
see the
2,
transition.
1.
Transition could get...
This challenge is back in. We're gonna
Yeah,
go
that was
another
worry
5
of mine.
minutes
That
here.
second can, if you don't have it in a
And
good position, it could topple pretty
If you
easily.
are both still in it, after 5 more minutes, we will add the arms.
These two
So
guys
in
look like
fairness,
they're gonna get
Robin,
into the arm.
oh,
just like that,
distracted.
Robin.
Robin has dropped. Trent has one exemption
Wow.
at the final 5.
He looks disappointed in himself.
Come on
dude.
back in,
He just
explorers.
lost
I think he
focus there
knows.
for 1 minute.
Trent.
Good job, Trent.
I mean, I don't think that was a physical break. I think that was just a mental lapse, and
Yeah.
that can dropped.
We thought this one was gonna go the distance, eh?
Yeah, he looked like he was settled.
Just
into
like
the
that.
long haul. He was ready to go, and by his reaction,
Congratulations, Trent. You have one
Tough
final
break, but
exemption.
big.
So I'm going to give you guys 25
I
minutes
think-
back at camp.
This
and then I'm gonna
strategy
see you
session is gonna be real
for-
interesting.
Crossroads for the final
Yeah, I'm
5.
curious as to how
Trent,
Robin's gonna approach
congratulations.
this,
You will be exempt. You guys
given
may jump
that
back
he
to
lost his
camp.
#1 ally
Thank you.
in Jordan.
Okay, so as we just saw, Trent with a huge win there. As Robin looked like he just kind of lost focus there for a second, didn't he, Jack?
Yeah, it really seemed like he was poised to go the distance and make it to that arm portion of the challenge, but just a mental hiccup and that can drops, and now Trent's sitting with immunity at final 5 at a very key moment in the game.
Yeah, huge resume move there for Trent, who has been really quiet in this game. But I think he's had some really good social moves. He's managed to stay within the numbers. What do you think of Trent's game so far to this point?
I think he's silently moving through the game very just carefully. Everything seems to be very deliberate, and he's been very adaptable to twists and swaps and who's winning immunity with his eye on the long-term goal. And to be in a position of power now should shake things up, I think, because he's able to basically will the game to whichever way he wants without any repercussions, at least for this vote.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely kind of able to kind of pick where things go here. I mean, going into this strategy session, it's very much looking like the 3 Shira can kind of choose their lane here, as Carl Laney and Trent have voted together for every vote except for one where Carl jumped over and voted for Robin a couple votes ago. But other than that, they've been on the exact same page this entire game. All 5 players coming into this have a path where they could win this game, don't they?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It's going to be really interesting to see how things shake out in this strategy session. So let's send things over to the players here, and we'll come back after Crossroads and talk things over.
I mean, and I think I talked to Robin about this yesterday. Basically, I had said like really sketched out by the prior Crossroads. So for me, it was just kind of like we never kind of like.
Hello. Get it.
Hi. Man, you made my day.
So I heard a bunch of you guys were playing and you were doing some good stuff, and I wanted to drop by and say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Is Carl
You're
frozen? Or
frozen.
is he? I can't tell if Carl is frozen.
Awesome.
So tell me,
Shook.
give me a couple sentences from each one of you. Where are you at and what's going on? Real quick, go.
Stressed.
It's final 5. We're trying to get
Final
to
5.
final 4.
Losing my marbles.
I got it. I have exemption, so I feel really good.
Ooh, exemption is awesome. Exemption is awesome.
Oh.
So I got to tell you, these guys and you people that are playing are awesome. This Expedition Online is like one of the only organizations I like to be affiliated with, and they do a top rate program, and I'm excited for you guys being a part of it.
I don't have anything to ask.
Game advice
Yeah.
is always to listen, to look, to give credence to the people that are talking to you, but I need you to think about what's going on behind the scenes with who else is back there. Not who you're dealing with emotion. What is going on with them going to affect back here? You always got to think about the after effects. You always got to think 2 and 3 steps down the line. What is this decision going to do 2 and 3 steps down?
Good
If
advice.
you fail to do that, you fail.
After what I pulled last night, I did realize that I had to do a lot of work in the challenge and during the strategy session, and if I wanted to make it to the next round. So I spent the entire day thinking about what I was going to do, and I realized that well, I realized first that there's no way I was going to win this challenge. An endurance challenge, that's definitely not my forte.
Hi,
Hey.
are you cool with voting Robin?
Yeah. I mean, we have a choice? We don't have a choice. Physically, mentally, like he has a resume, and
Yeah,
like game wise, like he has like the best resume. He started making moves since before the merge. We can't afford to do that. There's no way.
If like
There's no way we
if
can.
you ask any of us except for Robin who they would not want to sit next to, it's probably Robin.
Robin, yeah. Agreed.
So, I feel like he most definitely probably doesn't have a compass because he played it
yesterday.
Yeah. And as long as we have these 3 votes, we're good.
Yeah, basically we're this close to final 3. We're this close to final 3.
Yeah.
And I think actually, Sneha, like honestly, your best shot is actually bringing 2 people with 2 people from old Shira with you, because that way you split whatever Shira vote there is, which is already super small, and you rack all the key vote. Like honestly, that's I think your best strategy.
Too, though.
Trust me, like I know for a fact. I know for a fact that I'm not getting like certain votes.
So listen, I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch you something.
Yeah.
And if you don't really care for what I'm saying, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
But I got to make the pitch. You know what I mean? So here's the deal. I know that like the likelihood of the vote tonight is that it's going to be me. Like that's very clear to me. And I'm just wondering if you and Sneha have been thinking about what it's going to be like to be in a Final Four with Lainey and Carl. Like, what is your plan going forward after I get voted out? What do you think?
Let's think.
Okay.
Look, I've got immunity.
Yep. You're safe.
Right.
If I couldn't win the exemption challenge, that I needed to make Carl the target. I didn't win the exemption challenge, and so I immediately threw myself into pitch mode to Trent and Sneha. They seemed very open to it. I think a big part of it was that they may have already been thinking the same thing. I just kind of assumed that they maybe viewed Carl and I as an equal level threat, and so I knew that I had to do something to make my pitch be better than his.
So Carl's just pitching me you, obviously.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
So we've got... So the way it looks is Carl is obviously a huge threat.
I mean, I think that right now Carl is winning the game.
Right. I would agree.
And that's just my perception. I could be wrong. I could be completely off, but I think Carl is winning the game right now.
No, I agree with you. I think Carl's winning the game. I think if Carl is out of the game, then I think you and Lainey are the 2 strongest picks.
Okay.
And the reason why is because Lainey's won a lot of immunities. She's made some big moves. She's whacked. She saved Sneha, which wasn't on her tribe. I mean, Lainey's made, and then, so Lainey has got a strong case.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not as strong as yours. Probably not as strong as yours. No, look, I'm just being bluntly honest with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely.
Sneha's danger to you is that she's going to steal votes from your tribe.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going on, Robin. I'm at the bottom. I know that. Okay, I get it. It's okay. It's okay with me. I'm playing a game. Okay, this doesn't hurt my feelings. There's nothing anybody on that jury can say that's going to hurt my feelings. I am the least threat to you. And I don't even think there's any debate about this. Okay?
I agree.
So look, so I'm not here trying to convince you anything. I'm just laying it out for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Sneha are my play.
I ended up not winning, as you do, which was fine. I basically just wanted to make sure Carl or Robin didn't win. So then we could either vote out one of those.
Listen, I'm no dummy, right? So like I know that I'm not gonna convince you and Carl of anything. Like I'm not stupid. So, I'm trying as much as I can to pitch myself to Sneha and Trent, which I think is reasonable. You know what I mean? And then whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, to me, you and Carl are both very equal threats. It's not like one's better than the other. Like, Carl's very charismatic. Carl's very...
I mean, I understand that, and, like, I think Trent was kind of trying to make that point that, like I was right below Carl and whatever, but, like, maybe my perception of the game is different, but, like, if I'm looking at the jury right now, I don't think other than Jordan, I don't think there are very many people who are happy with me right now. So that's the one thing that I would say.
Yeah.
But, like, again, I know for a fact that, like, I know you and Carl are voting for me. And I also know that, like, there is a possibility that you both have something. So, like, even if I were able to flip the votes, there's a possibility that I'm still going to go home. Like, I know that I'm in a hole. You know what I mean? Like, it's so clear. So I'm just going to try and do what I can to get out, and, like, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Well, I can tell you, hand to my heart, I do not have anything. Once I played the Compass last night, I don't have anything. Like, so it's kind of like, I kind of came in today basically like, depending on who wins exemption is basically determining who's going home.
I know that, like, it's very unlikely that you're going to, like, I get it. It's not, it's not a secret. Do you know what I mean?
No. I mean,
I just want my chance to, try and pitch my case.
I understand that. And I mean, like, I don't want to take Carl to the end. I'll be honest. I think he'd beat me fair and
because
square.
you think he's probably going to beat you.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it literally was either you or Carl. It was either I'm flipping or...
What are you thinking?
It's got to be Carl.
Okay, so you're on board for that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't think Carl and Lainey would ever turn on each other. So having both of them in the final four does not make sense.
Yeah. Who's the biggest threat? Let's just be real with each other. Who's the biggest threat after that?
Robin.
Absolutely. Look,
yeah, he can't. The only thing is that he cannot win. He cannot win the next immunity. That's the only thing.
Sneha.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being 100% real with you. Our only chance, I think it's going to be a final two.
You think so?
I am almost 100% positive. It's going to be.
Do you want to make a final two here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
You and I have got to be the final two.
Listen, okay, I agree.
We get Carl tonight. The move is Carl tonight. And look, when you see the vote, you will know I told you the truth. It's got to be Carl tonight.
I 100% agree.
Okay. Then, after that, it's got to be either Lainey or Robin. And in my order, I would prefer Robin first. But if we can't,
and then
Lainey.
Trent and I solidified a final two alliance at that point because we knew that we both had the same thought, and we both had a feeling that it was going to be a final two and not a final three. And I was truly worried there would have been 3 Shira explorers and then myself alone as a Kibo explorer. But
first of all, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the plan yesterday. Honestly, it was basically like right before crossroads. Like I just was getting really shady vibes from Jordan specifically, and by extension Robin. And so basically, I didn't even tell Lainey about it, to be honest. Like the plan go for Robin, but like I had asked him about the compasses, which I was pretty sure I had a very big suspicion he had, or like one of them had, and so I figured like to do something because like looking at the numbers, the way it's going, basically like he has the best resume. He started making moves in this game really like as early as before the the rendezvous. And so basically, I'm just like super afraid of that at that point. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so that's kind of like, I was like, I think I can get rid of him, right? Because we tried that earlier, and then the chance we had to do it, we missed our shot basically. And so let me try to surprise them and get rid of his closest ally. At this point, because he doesn't have the numbers, I think if we can get rid of him now, it's the best, because he is a challenge beast. He's gonna win all the challenges moving forward. You know, like I think he's actually been holding back on you, right? So for me, that's like really like worrisome moving forward. Like we won't even get a chance. You know, do you feel this the same way? Paranoid,
Yeah,
which is
Robin,
possible.
Robin is a huge threat. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he's huge.
Yeah, but like, so do you feel comfortable going for Robin?
Yeah.
Do you think Robin is the like? I mean, honestly, let me know. Do you think he's the one we should go for this time, or do you think we should go for like Snail out tonight? What do you think gives us the best shot?
He does not have an idol.
Are you sure? 100% sure about that?
Yeah, he's scrambling. He's scrambling. Why would he be scrambling? If he had an idol, he'd just play it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, I feel like honestly, at this point, you, me, and Lainey need to make it to the end, because if we don't make it, the three of us to the final three, we're gonna be splitting the votes amongst each other, because two of us are making it to final three at this point, right?
What's up?
Okay, I'm down with either Carl or Robin.
So much, thank you so much.
Because it's like, I know we could probably get Trent on board.
Okay, so both Carl and Robin are huge threats, both of them. So either one going is fine by me. And if we keep Robin or Carl, I feel like at Final Four, if neither of them win, they need to go.
Yeah.
Because they have the best chance of winning.
Absolutely.
Right now.
I feel like Robin is more of like better at the challenges. So I feel like the better bet is to get Robin out tonight or for this crossroads, and then hopefully Carl doesn't win the next. We can get him out, because it can be me final three. That sounds perfect. Fine with me. Okay.
I like that.
If we're talking in terms of the game, it kind of went Carl, Robin, and me all kind of grouped together as a like entity where we're the threats and then the other two, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit stressful, I can't lie.
I have been thinking about the next few rounds, and I don't know if I would be comfortable being the only Kibo with 3 Shira.
So do I even need to talk here, or are you going to make my pitch for me? Because that's exactly what I was going to tell you.
Who are you thinking of voting for, though?
Carl. I'm voting for Carl, and I'll make it known at Crossroads, like I'm going to openly say it. He's the biggest threat in the game. Trent recognized it
from you, but you know.
I mean, I agree. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm not a threat. I'm not going to do that. Trent told me he was voting for Carl, but Trent could be lying. I think Trent's been lying to me this whole time, but I have no choice but to believe him. I have no other play. You know what I mean? This is my thing. And I'm being completely honest here. I honestly think that me individually, you individually, Trent individually, our best chance of winning is if we go the three of us together. I think that if Lainey or Carl are there, the chances are maybe we'll win. Maybe. But if we're talking like probability.
So I was thinking of the game, and I was like, Lainey has been playing a phenomenal game. She's won immunity and advantages, and she's played the advantages right. Carl has used Lainey as a shield this entire time. Trent has been playing a silent game, but it's been a deadly game. So like anybody in this 5 is golden to win.
But I'm going to tell you something. Is, what they did last night, that could win them the game.
Okay, we're alone for a quick second. What do you want to do? Robin?
Yeah, still Robin.
Okay. All right, like Stone Cold. Like, did you talk to him? Does he have anything?
I talked to him. The way he was talking to me, it sounds like he doesn't have anything. He was like, I'm just trying to pitch my case. I know I'm in a hole right now.
But who is he targeting?
You.
100%?
100%.
Okay.
I think it'll be one vote because he said he couldn't get Trent.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think that Sneha's gonna be convinced because Sneha's been wanting Robin out for
a while.
Yeah, for a few days.
Okay. Well, Trent is talking to Sneha. Like, did you find another compass or anything in case we may need something tonight? Yeah, okay, I figured.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Fine. It'll all be good. I mean,
Well, I hope so. The thing is, at this point, I used all the power that I had in the game. I have 0 moves to make anymore. For me, it was a matter of trust. I got to the point where I didn't trust Jordan. So, like, I was like, I can't, but I have 0 move. I'm done. I'm done for, I have 0 move left. So at this point, my hand is in your hands. And, I respect anything you guys decide to do. So, but just know that you're my person. You're my person. And I hope I've proven to you that,
absolutely. I trust you 100%.
And honestly, I think that if you and I final 3, we have the best chance. But
I agree.
We have to make it to final 3 together. I honestly think that's our best move because otherwise, if we have any other one person, because of the moves we've made with the people we've betrayed, we're screwed if we don't, So, yeah.
I got a big decision that I had to make, and I had to decide, do I want to keep Carl, who's in my alliance, the big target, or do I want to take Robin out of the game, who's a big target? And it's completely up to me. It's my decision. Whichever way I go, that's the way it's going to happen.
All right, our final 5 crossroads. Congratulations to our final 5. You are joined here off screen by our jury. Tonight we are voting another member of the party to the jury, but it won't be Trent. Trent is the lava champ. Trent, how much longer could you have gone in that challenge?
I think I definitely could have made it to the arms out, and I think I could have held that for a while. So, how long? I don't know. But I felt good through round 2.
And what does it mean to your game to win that at Final 5?
I think it enabled me to have the power to make a big game decision tonight.
So you think you're the one who's got all the power tonight? Or
no, not all of it.
Okay.
But a significant piece anyway that's going to affect, definitely tonight's vote is definitely going to impact the outcome of this game.
Well, that's what Robin said at the last one. Robin, you were second. I have to ask about the challenge before we talk about the vote before we talk about the vote next. At the challenge, what happened? Because it was down to you and Trent, and you were just like that, you were out.
Yeah, I think I just, and I was telling Trent this, I honestly, thought I could hold on for a really long time. I was, not in any pain or anything like that. I think I just took my eye off the ball and lost concentration, and the can just fell between my ankles, basically, and fell on the ground. I mean, I thought that, when I was about to play Expedition Online, I thought that one of my strengths, honestly, would be challenges, and I've absolutely sucked. It's been pretty bad. My track record is pretty bad.
It's
too sure that's true.
I mean, I haven't won one yet.
Yeah, but you've placed pretty well in pretty much all of them.
But I mean, to Robin's point, the goal is to win it, not to get second place.
Yeah,
so that's fair. But I mean, I think.
Place.
Yeah, until until. That's fair. You move on to the next part of the game, and then. Depending on the competition, I see Robin doing pretty well in a lot of the physical challenges, for example. So I would say that's not, and he's performed pretty well. So if we now think about who won the challenges, if we get rid of, now that we're pretty close to having gotten rid of almost everyone who's won so far, that leaves basically Robin at the leaderboard because he's performed pretty well in almost all of these challenges, right? I mean, that's the way I see it.
If we want to go down the list, we can go down the list.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'll allow it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember not being able to throw a paper plate further than 3 feet. I remember.
I would argue that was a technicality. That was a paper, not necessarily your skills in it.
I remember not being able to remember the 3 volcanic cones, even though they're literally the names of every single tribe in this game. I remember not being very good at the memory game and maybe going out second.
That's ironic that you remember not being good at the memory game.
That's very ironic. Listen, the marshmallow challenge, I was close. I thought I was gonna win. I lost. The can challenge that we just did, honestly, I saw it and I said, this is one that I can win. I really thought that I could win. I really felt confident, and not so much.
Docs, this is my favorite part of the game. I love it when great players tell about how terrible they are.
Agreed.
I'll tell you about how great I am as well, but I'll also tell you when I'm terrible.
I love it. Pretty soon, everybody's going to tell me how great I am. I love it.
You're great,
It's
Trent.
awesome. You're so fantastic. Oh, well, thank you so much. It's nice to have immunity.
Well, let's talk about the last Crossroads. It was epic for quite a few reasons. The most important reason it was epic was there were 2 correct compass plays. Robin, you nullified 3 votes. So we'll start with you. You said it was the most important vote. You played a compass correctly. Now that we've seen the results of the votes, would you care to elaborate on your statement that it was the most important vote of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty clear that Jordan was my closest ally in the game. That was maybe like the biggest open secret in the game, other than the fact that Danielle and John had played together. And I honestly thought, I really, really, really believed that my next ally in line was Carl. Carl and I linked up on day 0. We linked up when I went over to Shira when I was abducted. We linked up after the rendezvous. We voted together a couple times, and Carl did an amazing job of making me believe that we were tight and that we were going to move forward together. And he got me, man. Like I played my compass correctly, and I'm happy I did because I'm still here, but they pulled my pants down and put me over their knees and spanked me in front of everybody.
Well, I mean, so since my name was brought up, let me reply a bit. The thing is that that vote yesterday wasn't necessarily against you. I will agree with you that day 0 I felt we were vibing pretty well, and honestly, I thought we could have done together in this game, let's say, right? But I think and I feel like I've been talking about this to people in my life because of this game, but like once I feel like betrayed, I forgive, and it's nothing against you. It wasn't you, and I don't feel betrayed by you, but I did feel betrayed by Jordan. So yesterday I saw an opportunity to get rid of Jordan, so I thought that was the right thing to do, because I really felt like, and I may be wrong, but that's the game, right? So like, but I really felt like she betrayed me, and I may be wrong, but from my perspective so far in the game, that's how I felt. So it was really hard for me to get over it, to be honest. So
yeah. Docs, you kind of brought up like what brought me to the decision to play my compass, and like honestly, the last conversation that I had with Carl before we came to Crossroads really left me feeling like he had kind of lost trust in Jordan, and as a result had also lost trust in me, because he knew that Jordan and I were playing together. And I hear Carl when he says that Jordan was the target and I wasn't, but Jordan got 1 vote and I got 3, so it's hard for me to be like Jordan was the target when she got fewer votes than I did.
That was a calculated risk on my end, and I'll own up to that.
What was the thought process behind that?
A compass.
Pardon me?
And so I felt you had a compass. So I basically took the risk of being wrong, basically. But yeah.
I mean, it was a great move, and like, it worked because Carl did a really good job of convincing me that we were cool. We even had a catchphrase, Docs. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Did you trademark it?
I mean, we might. You gotta ask Carl. Carl, you want to say what our catchphrase was?
I don't mind. Brouiller la piste.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Which means cover your tracks. So Carl was gonna cover the tracks, to make sure that no one knew that we were working together, and he got me.
That was day zero. Yeah, that was from day zero. But that's what's up.
Sneha, what do you make of this? Robin and Carl are dominating the crossroads here. Are they fighting? Are they back together? I don't understand what's happening. What do you make of this?
We're not fighting. I'm not fighting with anybody.
Okay.
Well, I think everybody can see that both of them are the biggest threat in this game right now. I think both of them have made excellent moves, and they've both made really big moves. We can't discount Lainey either, because she was the one that played that compass yesterday. I know Carl told her to do it, but it was still Lainey's compass that she found, and it was still her that made it. So we can't discount that Lainey's also been playing a really good game.
He told her to do it, but like, she would have done it even if he hadn't said anything. It was a plan. Like, come on, it was a plan.
I felt, that was and I'm not gonna take that away from Lainey. Like, let's be honest here. Like, the team play, I think. Lainey, would you agree?
Yeah, the only person who knew I had the compass was Carl. And so, once Robin played it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play it, but like, obviously, like, he talked and said, like, you should play it. But
yeah, that was just me making sure that it was being done.
Oh
basically.
yeah, I already had 100% like in. I was going to play it.
A big move, Lainey, and go ahead, Robin.
Sorry, that was the key to the play, right? Waiting to see if I was gonna play it. And then as soon as they saw that I played it, they were like, okay, because they wouldn't have played it if I hadn't played it. So they played their cards right.
And they played it on the right person.
100%.
Like, they could have,
So and what does that mean to you, Sneha? Like that a compass was played to save you in the game? Because if they don't play it, you're out. What's that?
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm obviously grateful. There's no other word for it. I wasn't expecting it, so seeing that happen, I was like, well done, but really good move. But I was just grateful that I can stay longer in this game.
And to be clear, there was no quid pro quo. There was no quid pro quo. Like, it was,
Yeah, there was.
I think.
Sorry, go ahead, Carl.
No, I just wanted to say, I think we see Sneha go. So basically, that's
So Lainey, talk to this about there's no quid pro quo. Is this from your side as well? Talk to me about the play. She doesn't owe you anything for it.
I don't think she owes me anything for it. I trust Sneha. I talked to Sneha for probably most of day zero, and I'm not saying that's like, end all be all of like, oh, I'm going to trust you because I talked to you on day zero. But I think that this past day and a half, like, I've kind of gained a trust from her. So I'm not expecting anything in return, but except her trust towards me as well.
Trent,
saved her. So
Trent, go ahead.
From my perspective, it's believable to think that they wanted to save Sneha because the last couple votes they've been working together. But from my perspective, it seems like the play was more to cut me and Jordan off than to save Sneha. And like, of course, part of it is that they got to save Sneha, but I don't think that was like their main objective. I think their main objective was to either get myself or Jordan out of the game. So to make this seem like it's some noble move to save Sneha and like now everything's fine, I don't really believe that that's the case. Of course that could be part of it. I think the main thing was to cut me and Jordan off.
There's no at least in my part, I'm not claiming that at all. No, yeah. Okay. Like for me, that's like I'm not claiming that at all. I think I respect the fact that, well, I think that Sneha knew that it was a game move and that it wasn't too personal. I think for me, it was number one to get rid. I wanted to get rid of Jordan. And number two, I wanted Sneha. I wanted Sneha. But yeah. And I think yeah. So basically, you make of that what you want.
Trent, is this what camp was like? Like, can you be my spy in camp? Is this what camp has been in like for the last half hour?
Now, in relation to me, I think I've just had good conversations with everybody. There wasn't a lot of arguing or backbiting, but of course, I guess I'm in a unique position tonight. So, nobody's having to, tear everybody down or certainly nobody's attacking me because there's no point in it. So I mean, I've had good talks with everybody. Look, I like everybody, and I hadn't heard a thing tonight that's going to change my mind about anything.
Okay. Before we vote, does anybody want to make a pitch? Does anybody have anything else they'd like to say?
Well, if you don't mind, I do very much feel like I'm in jeopardy. I would like to maybe say something because I do think that if I don't, then I'm definitely going to go home tonight. But I just wanted maybe to remind everyone that the game is not over. We're making it to Final Four. There are more competitions to be had, and I understand that everyone sees it in a way, and I that totally makes sense. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. Like, was I part of a big move yesterday? Yes, but that was my first and only big move in the game so far. It's someone else in this game who has a bigger resume and who let's be honest, is gonna win a lot of challenges moving forward. It's better shot than myself at winning a lot of challenges moving forward. So if the decision is between me and Robin, I think the obvious get rid of Robin because you have a better shot at winning a competition and winning exemption moving forward over me. A better shot with me competing against you than Robin competing against you. I mean, for me, it's pretty logical, but I understand that everyone has a perspective and every different game. So at the end of the day, I respect the decision everyone makes, but I would like for you guys to think about that, and because I understand it's between me and Robin at this point. And Robin, just so you know, honestly, it could have very much well been but and I accept that, but from my perspective, this is basically what happened. I've explained to you where I came from, my vote came from. So I just want to be because I really liked working with you. When we did get, it just got really sketchy, and I didn't think I could trust you anymore. So I just want to put that out there.
Carl, let me tell you something, buddy. If we're ever in Montreal at the same time, we're gonna chill, we're gonna link up, we're gonna have fun. It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. We're in the game, maybe we're not good, but otherwise we're good, 100%.
All right.
And Docs, if I could, I would like to maybe make a final pitch as well, because I do think it's between myself and Carl.
Yeah, absolutely. The floor is open.
I've prepared a little bit of a written statement, if you would all indulge me just for a few minutes. I'm going to address Trent and Sneha. Dear Trent and Sneha, hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks. You may be wondering how I got here. Well, let me explain. First, when Carl was going to be voted out following the rendezvous, I pushed to change the vote to Michael because I thought I could trust Carl and work with him down the line. Spoiler alert, I was wrong. Then, I decided to turn on Arliana because I thought she was cutting deals with the other side. She probably wasn't. That was a stupid move. Now, she's on the jury and probably hates me. So, how did I fix this mistake? By voting out Danielle, of course. She's actually the person that gave me 3 of the 5 clues that allowed me to find my compass. I bet she's real happy with me. And to top it all off, Sneha, I didn't clue you in on any of this, even though you had shown yourself to be completely loyal and willing to make moves with me. So I'm sorry. Now I'm sitting here, all alone like a kid, standing in the rain, whose negligent father forgot to pick him up from practice, without a compass, without Jordan, and without any allies. And I look up, and I see King Carl and Queen Lainey, who have moved from the bottom of the pack to a position of power. I wonder who the favorites are to win this game. I hope that my pitch has at least given you pause to think tonight. Let's give ourselves a fighting chance to win this thing. If not, I'll be very upset and never friend request either of you on social media. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, your friend and possible final ascent partner, Robin.
Well, let's just, there is a lot of things in there, including a lot of, basically drawing the map and how he did all the moves and how he orchestrated all there. I mean, he's already pandering to your votes, basically, so I think that should tell you something, and also already pandering to the jury vote, and basically already apologizing and already, I'm just saying, I don't think I have that relationship with the jury. I think I have, personally, I think I...
I'd probably get Michael's vote. That's probably it.
So, I'm ready to vote.
All right.
I'm ready to vote too.
I'm ready to vote.
All right, I'm glad everybody's ready to vote. Trent has individual exemption tonight. Trent, I have to ask, are you going to keep it?
Yes.
All right, Trent is keeping individual exemption, which means you may not vote for Trent. You can vote for anybody else. It's time to vote. Let's go vote. I have the votes. All right. If you have an advantage that you'd like to play, now is the time to do so before I read the votes, because Bill Gates won't save you. Okay, I will read the votes. Our first vote is for Carl. Our second vote is for Robin. That's 1 vote Robin, 1 vote Carl. Our third vote is for Robin. That's 2 Robin, 1 Carl. Our fourth vote is for Carl. That's 2 Carl, 2 Robin, 1 vote to go. Our fifth vote and fifth member of the jury is for Carl. Carl, I'm sorry, your expedition has come to an end. Do you have anything you'd like to say to your party?
No, I mean, good job, guys. You guys are doing great. What you guys are doing. I will not be telling you who I'm voting for, though, so.
Bye,
Good game, Carl.
I'm sorry, Carl.
Good job, man.
Thanks, Carl.
Impress me. Impress me. That's the only thing I will tell you. Impress me.
Hey, Carl.
All right, thank you, Carl.
And there you have it. Another shocking crossroads as Carl, that's 4 in a row where a player who looked to be in the majority ends up being deserted at the crossroads. He goes down to the 3-2 vote. Jack, what are your thoughts as Trent jumps over and votes with Sneha and Robin on that one?
I really think this is a good move on 2 people's parts, or all 3 that voted to take out Carl, because he really has established himself as a huge threat to win this game. Additionally, this is a big turning point for, I think, Sneha and Trent, because it's a strategic notch on their belt that they didn't necessarily have coming in. I mean, they've been on the right side of the numbers, but when you look at the people who are pulling the strings, they haven't really been getting the credit. And additionally, I think it's huge for Robin, the ability to survive here after a correct compass play. Everyone's throwing his name out, so getting to the Final Four is a testament to his social and strategic game as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with that. And I think, the stage is now set here for a very confusing Final Four, as we've got 2 original Kibo members, 2 original Shiras, and so we got Robin and Sneha, and then we've got Lainey and Trent, but it kind of looks to me like Trent, after that last vote, he really uses his exemption power to his benefit there.
Yeah, I was really impressed. He's been very patient in this game, and I think really focusing on timing and threat management. Not a lot of people were throwing Trent's name out for the entirety of the game, and when people did, he always had built up social relationships with people in the opposing alliance that would defend him. And now that he's won an exemption and he knows that he's 100% safe, he thinks that's the right time to take out a major player in this game, and I'm really impressed by how patient he's been, biding his time to make one of these big strategic moves.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So it's gonna be exciting to see how things go down. But let's end things now for round 11 of Expedition Online Kilimanjaro. I was Jonathan Dykes. Thanks a lot for being with me, Jack O'Donnell, for the Expedition Online team. We will see you guys for round 12. Peace.
Well, that happened. Obviously, this did not go down the way I wanted it to. I wish I had a better self-awareness and realized how much of a target I had become in this game.
Guess what? I'm back again tomorrow, and for the final 4. See you tomorrow.
All right, it's no surprise. I do feel like I'm going home tonight. I guess I peaked too soon. That being said, I'm still going to vote for Robin, hoping for something to happen. And so, yeah, unfortunately, the Canadian Alliance is dead at this point. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, Robin. I really do like you. I really think you're funny, but you are way too big of a threat to me. And I'll miss you at base camp.
All right, Carl. I have a weird feeling that this is not going to work, but I tried my best.
I'm so sorry, Carl, that I'm voting for you. I appreciate you saving me yesterday, but I just don't feel comfortable sitting with 3 original Shero members in the final 4. I'm sorry.
My vote for tonight is KF, Carl. Let me tell you, Carl, I like you, but let me tell you something. And Robin, that secret password thing, man, I knew you 2 guys were working together a long time ago. A long time ago. That's the worst kept secret in the universe. So Carl, I got to bust you and Lainey up. I think you're more loyal to Lainey than Robin is to Schneeha. So it's time to break Carl and Lainey up. I hope this works. If it doesn't, I'm still going to be here tomorrow one way or another, and I'll deal with whatever's happening tomorrow. So good luck, and maybe I'll see you around sometime.
Bill Gates won't save you. Bill Gates won't save you. No.